wikitechie.com. Here is on the live webinar on how to make a project with Python and R programming in the major field data science. Now let's talk about data science. What is data science? And followed by let's see how sample projects are created with the Python and R programming. So this is the basic version we are planning, and we are going to have multiple version of webinar. This is the first webinar we are launching. And this is Venkatesam Prabhu. I'm a CEO and a managing director of Wikitechie. It's a company, branded company, providing a lot of content management system. Over here, who we are. So we are specialists in data science, machine learning, Python and R programming. So we are typical trainers training on latest technologies, and apart from that we are a bit specialized in data analytics, data modeling and predictive modeling too. And you can contact us via the numbers here given in the bottom. And let's talk about what is data science. Data science is a combination, or it's an integral version of many things. The thing is we got mathematics, computer science and domain expertise. All this area we need a bit more specialist in all the fields. So the combination of mathematics and domain expertise is statistical researcher, and the domain expertise in computer science is data processing, and over here mathematics and computer science is machine learning. But the combination of everything, it's nothing but the data science. So by definition, it's used for creating scientific methods, processes, algorithms and systems. These are things they are using it to make a project called data science. So data science got an option of fetching the data in the structured format and also the unstructured format to do a lot of analysis, kind of mining too. You may ask me what is structured and unstructured. We'll talk about those things in our later things. So technically, by definition, data science is nothing but a concept to unify the statistics, the mathematical statistical data, and analyze the data, and I'm making out a lot of machine learning in it. So here is the one, I'm trying to learn it, model it, and so over here I got the problem first. This is the step 1. So this is our step 1 where I got the problem. For that I took all the features extraction, everything, I learned it and I modeled it. So this is step 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. So this is how your data science will work. So understand and analyze the actual phenomena with the given data is referred to as data science. So where the data science are used? So I'm trying to show some practical and typical examples of how the data science is used, considering I'm traveling somewhere. In that case, what could be the pricing? So I got my pricings right. So in the pricing, you will be having dynamic pricing. Dynamic pricing in the sense, it's nothing but I got the flight ticket today, the flight ticket is 100 rupees and by tomorrow it will be 200. So the pricing is dynamic and predicting the flight delay, how much time it will take based on the previous experience. So in these areas, data science plays a very important role. Over here in the marketing area, what is the upselling cost? What is the cross selling? Predicting lifetime value of customer. Considering I want to give I want to give a reduction in price or something like that, and to identify whether the customer is having a value, is a valuable customer or not. If it's a valuable customer, I can give meaningful a price reduction in the product. So, and apart from this, we got healthcare. Healthcare is really important in data mining area and also data science. Disease prediction, medication effectiveness. So considering I got I want to give a medicine to a person. So whether this disease will be resolved or not. So those things, whether the medicine is having considering medicine will have real value or not, it's effective or not on the patient. Everything is manipulated via the healthcare. So apart from that, sales. So what is the discount I can give? What is the demand forecasting? Based on that, I can build the products. And apart from this, we can have credit and insurance, claim spending and everything, fraud and risk reductions in the banking sector, and automation, self-driving cars, aircrafts and drones, automation, robotics area, everything. In these areas, data science plays a very important role. So data science is not it's beyond these areas, and these are some major areas I want to notify. There are a lot of job opportunities available for data science. Over here, a statistician, you can be a statistics guy, mathematician, so a mathematics guy, A spatial data scientist, what do you mean spatial? It is nothing but a graphical way, a geographical way, considering like Google Maps. So, this guy will be working with the Google Maps, a spatial data scientist, and apart from this like a digital analytics. So, based on like I got Google is there, like tweets, number of tweets, and like considering Twitter is there, I got a lot of tweets, right. In that case, whether the number of tweets is correct or not, so what kind of tweet I can do it, we can do digital analytics, data engineers, business analytic practitioners, software programming analysts, machine learning scientists, and actuarial scientists and quality analysts. These are all some of the top 10 job opportunities for data scientists, and this is really damn good in the market now. So, how to become a data scientist? This is the next thing which we have to think about it. You should have a deep expertise and a broad range of generalists. You should have you should be technically too strong in analyzing the data which you got, and what data you are going to analyze. Those two things you should understand. So, what data you are going to get it, and how much you are going to get in depth to find the exact analysis. That is why a data scientist should have a T-shaped skill set. Okay. So, we will talk about the data science history, why we are going for data science. In the traditional databases, we got a structured data. The structured data will have tables, and it got fields and everything, and there is some records. So, my tables are there, and my fields are there, and my tuples, my rows are there, and if you got any key, yes, I got the key also. So, I can have the key to identify the key, and if I want to join any two tables, you can see it here. I got the staff table and staff versus subject table and subject table, and this table like this table will be linking with this guy, and this table is linking with this guy. This is called joins. So, combining two tables, and you got metadata, the data about the data. So, name of the field, and what is the data type, everything is specified. So, this is nothing but a traditional database. Over here my SQL Server, Oracle, and other databases are working out. Further moving on, what is the drawback I face? The major drawback is disk management. I could not manage the disk if the data is huge, considering I got the data as huge. So, if it is a huge data, managing the data is really tougher, and indexing the data becomes really a big problem. The reason is like indexing is one of the major thing which every DBA will be looking for to like speed up the process. And the next one is like a concurrency, because considering my Facebook is there, the data, the concurrencies will be really huge. So, we want much more optimized databases and structures, and finally, the query optimization. So, if I got, considering like I worked in Commonwealth Bank in Australia, over there like I face a typical problem, like we need to make lot of joins, more than 80 to 90 tables I need to join for structure the table or to get the outputs. In that case, query optimization become really challenging. So, these are the major drawbacks we face. And further, if you think about the like drawbacks, further we got a lot of unstructured data. So, over here like the previous thing which we followed is structured one, but I am looking into the unstructured data. Okay. So, over there like we need a JSON supported databases. So, the history of technology moves from the traditional databases to the big data, that is unstructured data. So, now the challenging part is like we got documents, digital libraries, and we got lot of regular expressions. So, we got lot of information retrieval, synonyms, and we got natural language processing. So, in those areas they are called as unstructured data. So, in that case we need to go for manipulating unstructured data, that is nothing but your big data. So, further moving on, you got images, the videos, it is a binary large objects, streams, so live radio information and audio information, stock codes, and everything is coming up, and apart from that we got a lot of XMLs coming into picture. So, these are all unstructured data. In that case, we got another intelligent system, they call it as big data. So, to analyze this big data, we enter into a system called data science. So, this is how the process of data science works. I got my data, whether it is a structured or unstructured. So, I want this target data. So we started processing it, transforming it into to the destination, like what I want and how I want, and evaluating, and from that I got my final day report. This is how your data science works. So, over here I got this selection, like considering I got some 10 data, I will take only 2 data for processing. So, filter the data, it is happening here, and I am trying to process the data to a specific format to which I want, and afterwards I mined it to my specification, and finally I am using for evaluation. Now I got the knowledge now. So, this is how your data science works. Further digging to explain it more, I got the segregation further. The first thing is like the steps are like you need to acquire the data. So, create a data or capture the data, took some survey, simulation or whatever things, you got the data now. Once the data is coming into the picture, you should have the target data which you need to clean up. So, I am trying to clean up the data, organize it, filter it, annotate it, so grouping it and cleaning it up. Everything I will be doing it. And after finishing this one, I need to make some processing and make some transformation. Over here I have done analysis, mining, modeling, deriving, visualizing, everything is comes into the picture. Once if it is done, now I am going to publish it. While publishing, I will be having considering I want to share it. So, collecting and everything is aggregating, everything I am trying to do it, and finally whatever things you want, you can use it as the output. This is your exact knowledge. That is how your data science steps are. So, I made a further picture in it, select it, clean it, future selection, data mine it, interpret it, and finally you got your final output. This is how your data science steps are followed. And if you talk about the basic algorithm, over here there are various algorithms available in data science. The simplest and superb one is addition tree algorithm. Over here I got a big part of a problem. From there I segregated, I subdivided it, I filter it, fine tune it and get your final outputs over here via addition tree. Nearest neighbor. So, who is my neighbor? For this guy, who are the neighbors? Based on that, I will find the probabilistic value, and this is my neural networks which you know it. And ruled induction. So, based on a condition, I can do it, and dividing into subgroups, from there we need to identify. That is what k-means clustering. So, these are all some of the basic algorithms used in data science. You may ask me a question whether it is bounded, the data science is bounded with these algorithms? No. So, these are some of the basics one, and we got lots and lots of algorithms. Okay, so here is the most interesting area. I am going to talk about the sample project, a live demo. So, before going further, I want to show you like this is my YouTube channel Wikitiki Code. Over here I have shown the basics of how we are able to use your Python projects, and I got this one here. This is the one. So, make free Python project in 5 minutes. So, I have shown you a step by step process like how the Python project is working. So, please watch this video, you will get a clear picture like how Python is working. So, the reason is like before going ahead, I want you to like get more information like how the project is working. So, this is the one you should understand. So, let us move on to a simple Python project to show you like how the system is working. So, I will go here, search for my Python. This is my Python environment. I will open it. So, if you want to like learn Python or to install Python, and if you got any other things to be learned in related to this one, so the basic priority knowledge you will be learning it from the website wikitiki.com. So, this is the Python tutorial. So, we got a lot of things over here, just check it out. And apart from this, like you got an installation here. So, learn how Python installation is happening. So, the step by step process like how Python is installed. Once if you installed, so it will be installed in your computer and you can see your Python installed. So, this is the IDE. So, Python IDE I am taking it, it is a commercial prompt. So, I am trying to open a file. Yep. So, this is a code I have taken. So, I am trying to make some analysis. So, Python for making some analysis, uh, it's a combination of machine learning and like a data science project. I am trying to build it. It's a small project. I am trying to build it in Python. You may ask me a question, sir. I am looking for a bit more bigger project. Yes. In my like next like a webinar based on my Python project, I am planning to make a very big project for you. So, you can get a preliminary projects on Python in this page itself. Make free Python project in 5 minutes. So, play this video, you are able to learn it here. This is a URL, just make a note, wikidiki.com/tutorial/Python. That is one thing. And further over here I got 3 projects running. This is the next level of project. It is a combination of Python and also like data science. For making like analysis, you need 2 things. One is like a pandas. You need to install pandas and quandl. So, these 2 things you need to install it. For installing this packages, just watch it here. So, over here I have given all the information like how to install your Python pandas and everything here, or else the materials will be loaded here, do not worry. Okay. Okay. So, now this is the code. So, what is the code? I am trying to import pandas library as PD, and I got my quandl library here, packages here. Okay. Since I want to like enhance the project, I use this pandas here, but I did not use it now. In this code, these 3 lines are more than enough. Okay. So, this is the one I am trying to write. So, I imported the quandl, which is nothing but a kind of a statistical package which will give lot of statistical information for making our data science project further. Okay. So, I got my quandl here, quandl.get wiki/Google. So, I am trying to get statistical information like in Google, how much people or how many people are searching for the key term wiki. So, this is the command I gave, and I am trying to print it, print df.head. Now, I am going to run it, run. So, I am going to run the module. Once if we start running it, I am trying to fetch some data. Okay. So, this is the one, this is the volume of data. So, on 19.8. So, this is the like a sample data which we are getting it here now. Okay. So, 19.8/2004, 28/2004. So, it is a random sampling data I got, and what is the volume of search related, it is done over there, and what is the adjacent close. So, it is like how much people like really interested to fetch the information. Okay. So, this is how you are able to get some statistical information. You may ask me a question like, sir, why we are looking for this kind of statistical information? So, we will see it later while teaching you R programming. So, this is a process we are trying to plan it. The process is like, you need to get the statistical data. After getting the statistical data, you need to do lot of mathematical manipulations based on your domain knowledge. Okay. So, this is the process we are going to do it, and for that we will be using your R programming. So, this is a very simple program I use in Python. Do not worry, I got lot of data science project in Python in my next upcoming webinars. Okay. Let us move on here. Like over here, like I will go to the next thing, like that is your R programming. For R programming, like for installation and other things, like go to this URL. So, over here my R programming is here. Over here I got my R installation here. So, if you go to this URL, R programming URL, So wikidigi.com/tutorials/R programming, you are able to see all the related contents here, and apart from that R installation is here. Okay, clicking R installation, you are able to install R programming in your machine. Once if you installed, you are able to see yeah, over here I got my R programming. So I got installation for like i386 and x64. Which version you want, you can click it. 32-bit, this is 32-bit and 64-bit. Once if you open, if you click that one, you will be getting this UI. You will be getting this UI. So I am going to create a new script in R programming. This is the editor I got. This is my console window I got. I will go with this console window. Once if you open it, let me open it and show it to you, like R programming. So once if you open it, your R programming, you will get this console window. Okay, so now I am going to write a small script over here. The first script is like I am trying to create the samples. So this is the one used in creating the samples. Okay, so I want to create a sample output of 213, considering I want it as 5. In that case, I got the sample data. So the sample data is really important to do some statistical analysis. So I got the sample data now. Now let us move on here. So I will go back and I will try to type another piece of code. I want to create a sample of data 1 to 3, and the size should be 3 and the replace is false. There should not be any duplicates. Once if you click it, you are able to see 1 to 3. Now I am going with the same query, executing it. Now 1 to 3 is here, 2 1 3. So this is called sample of data. Considering I want to change this option as true, let us see like how it works. If you press it here, you are able to see 1 2 3. Now I am pressing it here, this is 1 1 3. So over here I do not have any duplicates. Over here I can have duplicates. The reason is like I made as replace equal to true and here it is replace equal to false. Okay, let us move on here. So and this is another option I want to teach you, that is your probability. So what? So this is the thing, like I want to give it. So the data is between 1 and 2. The size is 10. I want the 10 data, and the probability is C of 1 comma 3. That is why in between this probability I got the data and replace is equal to true. The reason is like only like 2 values is there. For that I want 10 size I want. So it should be true. So if you want, you may ask me a question whether I can have it as false. No, it should throw an error, because the reason is like 10 data I want to give without duplicates is not possible. So that is why like it should be true. Okay, so this is the one I want to teach you. Now let us move on here. You may ask me a question, sir. So like I am trying to create the data sets. Do we have any inbuilt data sets? In that case, yes. The answer is yes. Already our program called inbuilt data sets for you to practice the data science projects. So this is the one. This is the command, you should use it. Once if you give this command, automatically, so print head of empty cars. Empty cars is the data set. It got some data, Mazda RX4, Mazda RX4 WAG, Datsun, Hornet, and this is your MPG value. This is your cylinders, number of cylinders, and this is your display value, horsepower, DR. So these are some of the specification. You got number of gears and everything, and this is the weight. So everything is specified here. So this is not display, this is displacement. It is a bit more technical related to mechanical, sorry for that, but this is how the data I got. Okay. Now you may ask me a question, sir, I want to generate this kind of data, sir, is it possible or not? So the option is yes, you can generate the data also. So I am trying to make a matrix. So this is the command, I am trying to give the command. So I am looking for a 6 cross 3, 6 row, a 6 row and a 3 column matrix. Okay, I want a data, fantastic. I got a data for analysis. So the preparation of data is done, that is awesome. Okay, let us move on further to do some processing. So, I am trying to take some of, so this is kind of a select query, I am trying to make it out. So, once again I am trying to run it, sorry for that, once again I am trying to run it. So, this is the one to fetch the entire data. Now, I do not want the entire data, I want only a specific data. I want MPG, I want the displacement, I want the horsepower, and what I want the weight. I do not want these areas. These areas are nowhere related in finding the mileage. So, I am going to create a small project. The project is based on a data science project is based on calculating the average mileage of a car. Okay. In that case, step 1, we need to find the details and features of cars. Step 2, filter the data which I want, only those data are needed to do our mining process. Step 3, after getting the data, we need to do lot of processing here. Okay, we need to apply scientific and mathematical implementation on it. Step 4, we got the exact formulation or a standard knowledge to go ahead to find the exact value. This is how your data science project flow will be. Let us move on here. Now, I am going to filter the data. So, let me go back here. So, I got the entry data here. So, head of empty cars, but I want only the 4 column. So, I given here, sir, I want the input is from the empty cars, take only MPG, display, HP, WT, and this is a command. Once if we give it, I am trying to print it now. So, I am trying to print it now, you are able to see it here. Over here I got lot of columns, but I got only this columns. This is kind of a select query, a where condition kind of. Okay. So, I filtered the data. Now, let us move on to the next area. Over here what I can do is like I am doing some manipulation in the sense this is my mathematical formula, I am trying to make it out. So, the mathematical formula is like I want to do some a kind of you are able to see it here. So, what is the range I got? I am trying to do some manipulation to find my slope or integration. Okay, they call it as intercept. So, I am trying to find the intercept area for this car is there, this car's displacement is this one and this is HP. So, this is HP, whereas this car's this one is the difference. So, I want to do an intercept process like for this car this is a value, for this car this is a value, and what is the intercept value? This is how I am trying to find. So, we are trying to calculate the intercept data. For that, this is the code I am trying to give it. This is the one. So, intercept of MPG and displacement. So, add displacement, horsepower and the weight of a car, and which is intercept with MPG, and put it in the value as model. So, this is the command I am trying to give it. Once if we enter it, so my model is ready. Now, I am trying to print the model here. I am trying to print the model here. Once if you print it, you are able to get the value here. So, the coefficient, the intercept is 37.105505. So, this is the coefficient, the displacement, the horsepower and the weightage. Okay, so, I got some data which is loaded in model value. Okay, and I am trying to show the data to you in this format. So, The coefficient values are model of 1, this data, store it in A, print A. So, I got my coefficient intercept over here, and the next one is a displacement, the displacement is here, and the HP. So, I gave this one as, so you first thing I will explain the code to you. This one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, this one is 4. So, model of 4 is stored here, model of 3 is stored here, model of 2 is stored here, model of 1 is stored here, and afterwards I am printing the displacement, printing the values. So, print of x displacement, print of HP, print of weight. Once if I enter it, I got the data. You can store it, see it here. So, this is the data, this is the data. So, since the data science specialist should be damn good in mathematical process and also the domain specialization. The reason is like, and this is the formula. So, I am trying to make the formula. So, this particular piece of code you can extract it, you can extract it here. Sorry, one second. Yes, sorry for that. Looks like the data is changed, but yeah, I got the formulation here. So, considering your car is there, so this is the formulation, it is given by the specialist. So, over here I got the data here. So, this is how the data will be. So, considering like a y is equal to a plus x into displacement dot x1 into x2 into x3. So, I got x1. So, a plus x1, x2 and x3. Now, considering it is a plus x1 into the x displacement plus x2 into x HP plus x3 into x weight. So, I got the data now. So, this is the one. So, for a car with a displacement 221, in that case this is the formulation I need to make it out. Y is equal to a plus, a is nothing but your what is the data I got? So, this is the one. So, 37 point plus the value of displacement is 221 into the value is here. So, I got the value here, and afterwards 102, I got my 102 into the, here is the HP value, I got my HP value plus WT. So, it is x3, x3 is a 2.91 into this is a 1. So, manipulating this particular formula, you are able to calculate the mileage of a car. So, here is the question. So, this is the question for a car with a displacement 221 and the horsepower is 102 and WT is 2.91. In that case, what could be the predictive mileage? So, this is the question they asked the interview. So, for that the answer is real simple. So, manipulating this one, you are able to get it. This is how your data science projects are executed. So, hope you have understood like how the data science projects are working. So, let us move on here. That is really great. So, I got my next webinar now at 7 p.m. Now, the time is 6:50. I got the next webinar in 10 minutes of time. That is going to be really interesting. That is Windows hacking part 1. You got lots and lots of interesting stuffs in 10 minutes of time. So, it is 7 p.m. you got the webinar. and the URL for that webinar is this one. So, go to wikidigi.com and over here you got the webinar over running here. So, over here you got the webinar. So, it is going to start at 7 p.m. So, in next 10 minutes of time, so you just check this URL wikidigi.com/tutorials/ethical hacking. In this URL you got the next webinar coming up in next 10 minutes, and let us move back here. And what is our next webinar? So, on 13 January 2019 Sunday, I got my Windows hacking part 2 at 3 p.m. to 3:15 p.m. 15 minutes webinar, and top 25 HR interview questions and answers at 4 p.m. on the same day, 4 to 4:15, and the C programming interview questions at 5 to 5:15. So, we got 3 webinars happening on Sunday 13 January. Yes. So, our next webinar on 13 January is Windows hacking part 2. I am going to show you lots and lots of stuffs in this webinar, and our webinar 2 is top 25 HR interview questions. It is a 4 to 4:15 p.m. it is Indian time, Indian Standard Time, and the next webinar is third C programming on the same day Sunday at 5 to 5:15. These things we are going to cover, and you will be getting webinar materials in the URL. It will be placed in the URL, this URL. So, wikidigi.com/tutorial/r-programming. Over here in the in the downside, you will be having the webinar materials and everything, and we are providing a lot of training for the students and for the software engineers, and also the freshers and everyone, and with a very minimal cost. You can contact us, and I am the trainer. So, you can contact us via the numbers over here listed down in the bottom, and we are planning for a lot of online trainings through our website wikidigi.com. In 1 month of time we are going to start it. So, you can check it out in wikidigi.com, and here are our YouTube channels: Wikidigi Code, Wikidigi, Wikidigi Interview Tips, and Wikidigi School. We got thousands of videos, almost we got 10,000 videos in these channels. Check out our channels. If you really love it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that is it. Thanks for watching this video. So, this is Venkat signing out from wikidigi.com and Kashiv Infotech Company. Thank you.